So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We'll start with the today's class. I told that I'll be taking some more examples on writing the functions in the previous class. Okay. So let me do it on the my editor and run the code and show you. So let's go by. Let's you call this as an exercise session. Okay. So let me type it. So what are the exercise actually? So we will try to create a function which can accept some arguments, some two arguments, and it is has to print its value. So that's a simple exercise. Okay. So create a function so which can accept two arguments or two what is called arguments means nothing but I'm going to give some kind of an instructions. Okay. So let the instructions be your name and age. Let it be age. Name and age, and print its value. Okay. Let it this be my code actually. This is for which I need to write my code. Okay. I have to def means it's a new function. Okay. New function. So let me call this as some kind of a example one. So e example underscore one. I'm calling this as a function as example number one. So I'm going to call name, okay, and age. Okay. At the end of it, I need to put the column. Okay. See, when I was telling you about the syntax, how your syntax should be, it has to start with def, the name of the function, then within the bracket braces, I have to define the arguments, then it has to end with the column. Okay. Now I have defined this particular thing. Now I need to print it. Okay. So print what I need to do actually. See, I have to print the name and age. I have to call this function and I have to print it. So what should I do actually? So I should able to print exam1. Okay, print exam1. So print, I'm going to call print, okay, exam1. Okay, and within the bracket I should be able to put, say for example, I'm going to put some name. Okay, so my daughter's name, let me put Jeeval, and she is 8. Okay, 8 years. Okay, I'll close it. Now I'm going to save this code, and I'm going to run it. Okay, Python. So I have to go to that folder, Python 3 exam 1.5. 3.9 can't open the file where it is actually. Is in functions exam. I think yeah, it's a typo error. Exam exam hyphen, sorry. Okay. Okay. So I need to able to print it actually. So what should I do actually? I should able to print it. So print, either I can give this particular, what is it actually? Either the function I can directly give the name and age. Okay, I can, let me print this also, let me put name and age, that also I'll put it. So let me put name comma age. Okay, then I'm going to call this. Say I'm going to call it. Okay, wherever I want I can call it. Say for example I'm going to call it as exam underscore 1. Okay, so name is a string actually. Name can be a string. Let me, I told it is. Okay, and then I can give our name as 8. I'm going to save this. I'm going to run the code. See, I got the printout of it. I got the print of it. Whatever I'm going to call. So I'm going to give, see, whenever I call this particular thing, exam1, it will see, Jeeval is the name and it's taken there. So what is the simple uh, function what I have written is It's going to take two arguments and it's giving the whatever I'm trying to call. So I'm trying, this is my program. See, this is my function, this is the function, and this is the main program where I'm trying to call it. Okay, this is a very simple function. Sometimes we may have some kind of an exercise where we may have to accept a particular variable length of an argument and print it. Okay, say for example, the number can be some kind of a 2, 4, 6 or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that, whatever it may be. Okay, let me add that also. Let me add one more example. New file. I'm calling it a new file. Okay, I'm calling it as example 2.python. Okay, that's how in Atomata it works. So what is the thing I'm asking actually? So create a function. Okay, create a function. So let me call it as function 1 or whatever it may be. Okay, create a function such that it can accept a variable length of an argument, or it can accept a variable length of an argument. Okay, argument, and print it. This is the task what I'm trying to do actually. So if you want to do that, what I'm going to do, I need to write my function, that is def. I'm calling that function as function 1. Okay, and then see here I'm not going by single argument. I should have an argument of different length. So the option is star AR, let me call it as ARG or ARGS, whatever it may be. Just I'm giving. So that's the name what I'm trying to give. And it has to end with colon. See, star arguments, it can take anything. Now, when I'm defining that actually, I have to put it in a loop actually, because I have to define, I have to print everything. Okay. Because I don't know what is the length of my argument. It can be 10 or it can be 10, it can be 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it may be. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to put it in a loop for some I in arg, whatever I'm trying to define in args, I need to print what I am going to give it there. So for all the I values, I need to print it. So this is my function. Okay, this is my function. Now I need to call it wherever I want, I can call. So function 1. So let it be some kind of a number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, then maybe I can call function 1. Maybe I can call maybe all the odd numbers. So let it be 10, 10, 20, 50, 80, something like that I can call. So I can save it. Okay. Now what it has to do, whenever I go to this function 1 and try to call it, okay, whenever I go to this function and try to call it, actually, it will take these arguments, all the arguments it's going to take, okay, and it's going to take you through this loop. It will take you through this loop and it's going to print the value. Okay, now I will run this code. Okay, so here, okay, Python 3. So this is an example 2. See, it has printed all the values. Say if I print only one value, so say for example, if I comment this, okay, and save and run it. So now if I try to run this code, see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever I have written the arguments, it is getting printed. Okay, whatever the arguments I'm trying to print, see what does it do actually? It accepts the arguments and it's going to print it. Okay, it accepts the argument and it's going to print it. So what is it doing actually? It is doing for after each function it was doing. So the first function was, I was trying to print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, for example, if I try to open this also, this, and if I try to comment the the earlier one. Now save, and now it has to print 10, 20, 50, 80. That's all. Okay. So clear. So I'm going to run this same code. See, 10, 20, 50. See, I'm trying to write as simple as what is a function. Function is something, but I want to do that repetitive task. Repetitive task is print all the arguments. Print that arguments and calling somewhere. See, I have to print it actually, and I'm going to call it from the func1. That func1 is the name of the function. So that's what I'm trying to do it actually. Okay. Now let's take one more example. Okay, so one more exercise. Create a let me take that more example. Okay, let me call it as example 3.python. Okay, so let me call it as, so this is how you have to do. See, at the beginning of the program, if you're able to write this, it will be easy for you. So create a function, create a function. So let it be anything. So what exactly I should able to say something like you are working for a company and you know the employee name and you have to know its salary or what is, or how much is earning, and I should able to print both. Okay. Now suppose if that particular person, if his salary is not there, okay, if the salary is missing, it should able to print a particular number. Okay, so you should able to print a particular number. What is it actually? That means, so if I try to tell that it's salary, see, all my employee salary is fixed at some 10,000. Okay, that 10,000 should get printed, even though if I don't give the define the salary of that particular person. But still, if I'm able to define that particular employee name, and if I define this salary, I should get it. Okay, so that's what it actually. So create a function to accept the name of the employee and his salary. Okay, salary or income, whatever it may, and his income. Okay, and it should display the or print the name and name and salary as the output. As the output is a simple thing. So if I try to write a function for this, let me call this as definition emp employee. So instead of that, employee will put it as emply. So that is my name of the function, employee. So name, and I call this as income. Okay, name and income. Okay, then I should be able to print. Okay, print. Okay, employee name. Okay, employee name. Okay, and yes, salary is okay. Employee name, I can put a colon here. Here I have to put a colon. Okay, this salary is, I can put there income. Okay, this is not the function what I have. So now I need to call this function somewhere. So emply, okay, and I'm going to see employee name is a string actually. Let me call it as, so maybe some Harsha. Okay, Harsha is the employee name, and his income is, let me put it as some 20,000. Okay, this is what I have actually, or I can have anywhere. So I'm trying to call it. So if I'm going to save it, so now if I try to run this code, okay, I'm going to run this code. So employee name is Harsha and his salary is 20,000. Okay, or I can change it. The name of the employee is Harsha. Okay, is Harsha, and is, I'm going to change, and his salary is what I'm going to work. Okay, now I'm going to run the same code. Okay, I'm going to run this here. The name of the employee is Harsha and his salary is 20,000. So what I'm trying to do here, actually, I'm trying to define the function with the function name, and I'm going to send the arguments, and these are my statements, whatever I have. Okay, these are the statements, whatever I have, and calling the same function wherever I want. Calling the same functions I want, actually. Okay. Now, so let's do one more example. So sometimes we have to do some kind of a recursive function. Okay, something like I want to sum of the numbers from 0 to 20 or 0 to 100, whatever it may be. I want to do some kind of a recursive function. Let me write some little bit slightly. I'm going slowly. I'm going towards a tougher functions, actually. So if you want to do that, so let me go and take that. Actually, it is an example 4.python. Okay, so let me call that as write a function, write a recursive. That means recursive function. What is recursive function means? I need to add 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So still 10. Okay, recursive function to calculate the sum of numbers, okay, from maybe 0 to 10 or 0 to 20 or 0 to 30, whatever it may be. I should be able to define that, actually. I'm calling it as, so recursive numbers. So let me call it as num. So within the bracket I can put, it can be 0 to 10 or 0 to 100, whatever it may be. Some example I'm trying to go 0 to 10 or 0 to 20, whatever it may be. So that num is nothing but 0 to 20. Okay, now let's try to write the program. So I had to write the function definition. So here, calculate the sum. So let me call it as CALSUM. So I'm calling that as calsum. Okay, I need to define that. Let me call it as a num or whatever it may be, and I'm going to end with the colon. Now I need to check for it. I need to add it, actually. I need to add this particular thing. So I need to use a if statement. If num, okay, if num, see, it has to return that particular value. So if it has to do that particular, it has to, I need to add it, actually. So return num plus, okay, cal sum, okay, num minus 1. So I'm trying to add it, actually. Say for example, if it is 0, okay, if it is 0, what it has to return the value. It has to return 0. So that means else, okay, it has to return 0. Yeah, what does this code does, actually? Say first initially I'm starting with, it has to start from 0 to 10. Okay, first it is 0 means if num is equal to 0, okay, it's if else, actually num is 0, it will return 0. So it's going to return 0 if num is, actually. Otherwise what it's going to do, if it is num, then it is 0 plus 1, then 1 plus 2, then 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4, like that it keeps adding. Okay, it keeps adding, actually. Okay, now for example, 0 to 10, if I add 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, if I add everything, the number should be around 55. That is, if I give 20, it has to give it, actually. So now this is the function, what it does. So recursively I need to add it. Now somewhere I need to call it, actually. So I may call somewhere, let me call it as something like sum is equal to, okay, I'm going to call this function. Okay, what are the num actually? I can give 10. Okay, I can call it 10 and I need to print it. So print sum. Okay, print sum. Now this is the code actually what I have written. So now I will go here, clear it, and I'm going to call this function 4 and run it. Look at this. So from 0 to 10 it is 55. If I go and I'm going to use the same function, see the same function. Now I want to change it to 20. Okay, wherever I want I can do it. So 20. Now if I run this code, I should get 210. So 0 plus 1 plus it has gone up to 20. So if I change it to, that means, see, I'm not repetitive. See, this is a repetitive term which I'm supposed to do. What I'm trying to do, just I'm calling this particular thing. Say, for example, I want to do for 100. Okay, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to run this code. 5050. So it has to take all the values from 0 to 100 and it's going to recursively is going to add actually. So that means I can call the function wherever I want. Okay, so and with a, say, I can call this function and do whatever I want. Is it fine? Okay. Sometimes, see, I may have to name, see, I have to try this, see, assign a different name to the function and I can call it through a new name. That option is there in Python. Okay, so we'll see that also. So let's try to do one more example. A new file, let me call it as example5.python. Okay, let me call it as, try to, how we are going to assign a, see, I'm going to assign a different name to a function and call it through a new name. So create a function, okay, and assign a different name and assign a different name and call it through the new name. That means some other name I'm going to call it. What is it actually? Say for example, I'm going to write it as, so call it as some name and I'm going to assign that as a different variable. And then I can use it actually. What is it actually? Let's write the code, then you will try to understand. Say for example, I'm calling it as definition. Let me call it as old name. Okay, I'm calling that as a old name. Okay, old name. So let me call it as a name and age itself. It's a simple thing. Name and age. So some arguments I'm trying to call and a colon and colon. Okay, let me print the same thing. Print name, age. Okay, this is my regular definition what I have for the function. Now what I'm going to do actually, suppose if I display this, if I try to display this particular thing, what I'm going to get actually, old name, your name and age. So I want to give a new name to it actually. So I call it as new name, okay, is equal to old name. That means new function name is equal to old function name. Okay, then I'm going to call new name with that name and age. Say for example, so earlier I think I was using Jewel and age. So what I can do, that's the flexibility of this Python program. You have already defined by an old function name and you can rename it with a new name and you can call the function. Okay, let me call this. Okay, clear. This is example 5. See, that means that I need not call the same function. The only thing is I should be able to assign the new function name to the old function name. Then I can call the whatever the variable I have assigned. So that will take the values as whatever I have defined in my old function. So that one flexibility is there in your Python. Okay. Say for example, I can write a function to list all my range of even numbers. Okay. So list all my even numbers. Like you might have used the range starting number, say 2, or the difference of maybe starting number and ending number. So with a difference of 2. So that those things also can be written. Okay. Now, so let us look at some more examples. One more example. Okay. See, the function something like write a function that is require an argument within a bracket, then calling it again and again. Okay, calling it again and again with a different thing. Okay, calling it again and again with a different things. So that let's try to look such an example. Okay, let me call it example 6. Okay, example 6. Okay. Let me call it as you'll be using an existing function, and while adding your own to create some kind of a functional program. So that's it actually. So modify the function. So something like modify the function to return a list, to return a string, actually return a string. So that means I want to repeat it repeatedly. I need to define it, and I should be able to get back it actually. So that's the meaning of it. So what is it actually? Let me call that as some function define. Let me call it as list1 as my function within simply a brackets. Okay. So now why this particular thing is actually, say for example, when I call this particular thing, I should be able to, so I'm defining the function as pass. Okay. So this, say I want to repeat it repeatedly. When I try to add a function, so it has to return, see, I need to write a function so that it has to return a list of strings. List of strings actually. List of strings. Okay. So what I need to do actually, I should be able to build a particular information. That is, I should be able to write a function, one more function which can read that, which can read the those whatever I'm trying to define it. Okay, then those string I need to read it. I should be able to read, and I should be able to run it. So that's the meaning of it. Okay, what is it actually? See, if see, the first function is actually, if I tell, say for example, if the list is actually, if it is blank, I'm not defining anything. Even if this is blank, it should be able to simply pass. Okay, now I have a different definition. Okay, definition, let me call this as list2. Okay, let me call this a list2. Within that, I'm going to define some word actually. Let me call it as some word actually. Maybe our, let me call it as college. Okay. So what I'm trying to do actually, I'm trying to define one word here. So that's a string. What is that college actually? It's a string. Okay. So then this also I need to pass. That means it has to, whenever I want to call that particular thing, if that particular thing is not there, it has to pass to the next statement. Okay. Next, I'm going to define one more thing. Let me call that as list3. Okay, list3, and it has to have all the, see, it has to have all the strings actually. I can have n number of strings in that. Okay, I can have n number of strings in that, and that string actually should be able to give that actually. The string it has to give, it has to return it. So This is what I have to define. So I have to define it actually. Now, when I have this particular thing, instead of past statement, say instead of past statement, I should be able to, I can actually, if it is not there, if it is not there, if nothing is there, it should be able to pass. If something is there in this function, I should be able to return a value. Instead of past statement, I can use a return statement. Instead of past statement, I can use a return statement. See, I can write my script for passing. See, when I try to write one or two functions and then try to call it somewhere, say a list, say I have n number of strings, let it be our college name is CMSCE, whatever it may be. I think means here if you look at it actually, everything else is a string. Everything else is a string. So now I should be able to get some kind of a return here. I should be able to get some kind of a return value. See here also I should be able to get some kind of a return value. Here also I should be able to get some kind of a return value. If nothing is there, see, I want to call this somewhere. Say, for example, list 1. Okay, list 1. Then somewhere else, list 2. Okay, so list 2, I'll call it as maybe Acharya, Kale, whatever it may be, Acharya. Okay, then list 3. Okay, so here I'm trying to give this particular, our college name is BMSC, something like that. That means I have a list of strings actually. So a list of strings. So what I can do here, instead of our college is this particular thing, I can give some kind of like, or maybe I can define this actually. I can define that as a function. Okay, leave it as a blank, and I can write it here. Okay, our college name is BME. Okay, that means it can be a blank or it can be some kind of, here I left it up. So a function, why this particular example I've taken is actually, these are the arguments. See, whatever I have, no, this particular thing, even though I left it a blank here, and I can, here also I can have it. See, list actually, maybe I can put some name. I can call the function wherever I want with a blank argument, or I can have a particular argument, or I can have a set of arguments. See, all these things are strings. All the strings are strings actually. So whenever I'm trying to call actually, this becomes a string. So this becomes a string. Until this becomes a string, I should be able to call it as a string. So this also I should call it as a string. I should call it as a string. I should ensure that I call it as a string. See, I should be able to see 1, 2, 3, whatever n number of functions I'm trying to call within a particular program. I have a n number of functions, and whenever I'm trying to call these functions, I can define the arguments. So if that argument is defined within your function, and when I'm trying to call it actually, I should call it as a string. Okay, so modify the function, return a list of a strings actually. I should be able to return. So when I try to call this list 1, whatever I'm going to define actually, it will come, name will come. Okay, it's going to return. Okay, it's going to, so that means what exactly? Return means what does happen actually? Here, it's going to write, say for example, all the strings will come here. It's going to take that and it's going to return the value. That means it's going to take whatever I'm going to write here. So if I try to write name there, it's going to return the name. So list 1, return the name. So list 2, it's going to college means it's going to take Acharya. List 3, our college name is BMSC, it's going to take. All the list it's going to take actually. Run this code. Name something happened. 1 test 2 1 minute module is name. One was taken. Something gone wrong. You have to call that with a string, then only it's going to take. So running, let me check it again. It has to return that value. It has to return the value. List is equal to list 1. It has to return. Okay, let me try with pass. Something problem is there in the code. It has to return. I'll check this code. It has to return that. List 1. Let me comment this and see what's happening. It's 2 it has taken. So I have to define this. Okay. It has to define it. Somewhere blank it is not taking. Let me define it. Yeah, now it's taking. I think it's not taking the blank one. I have installed the Python 3.9. I don't know what the problem with it. It has to take that. It has to take that. So return, maybe I can put print or whatever you want, I can put it. So return, print, name. Okay. I can call this. Okay. Print name. It's taking the return value, it's taking the print name. Okay. Print name. Something blank, it's not taking. Yeah. The code is working, it's not issue. Only it's not taking the blank arguments. Blank argument it's not taking. It has to take the blank argument. See, it has to take the blank argument. If it is not there, it has to pass on. So it's a problem with the 3.9 because I installed 3.9. Let me check it. Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. So this is a list return to function to return a list of strings. That's it. So I have a why this particular program is important is this kind of code is actually I may have to sometimes I may be reading a particular file with a list of strings. So it has to read the file, then it has to read the string and it has to print it. So for that, but so for data structures, this kind of functions will be very helpful. So that's why I took this example. Okay, fine. So let me take one more example and we'll try to wind up. One example we'll try to take. Size you can take. is a regular expression. Okay, fine, no problem. Don't have that much of examples. Yeah, I have one example. This is on some functions actually. This is on the this all these things will come in your unit 5 when I try to take up the your NumPy, all those things, matplotlib and all.